Hey guys, Jason here again, another episode of Sports Buzz, and today I'm here with my friend Bobby.
Good day, folks.
And today
My lovely little niece.
Selena, of course.
Selena! Yes. Say hi to the camera, Selena. And she's gone. She's camera shy.
We'll see if she comes back. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to be talking about the new. We're going to be talking about the new Fox Sports Network, Fox Sports 1, and then we did a recap. We did a video before of the preview of that. So now we're going to do what we thought of it. So you want to give some background information on the network?
Fox Sports 1 is basically Fox's answer to ESPN, and it's the sports network, and I would say they cover a wide range of topics in sports, and they do a lot of analysis and things. You know a lot more about it than I do. I watch the Regis show, Crowd Goes Wild.
Real quick, we're gonna say something.
Okay. Put it up.
Selena, was there a bad guy at your party?
Yes, Toasty.
What was his name?
Toasty.
Toasty?
What?
Selena, was there a bad guy at your birthday party?
Yes. Toasty.
Toasty?
From my stinky feet.
Jason
Oh,
smells?
smell her stinky feet.
Oh my God! I smell.
You look good.
Big smell.
Tell Jason about Toasty.
Toasty is a bad guy, Jason.
Why?
He's a good guy.
Ask him, do you like him?
No.
Say, Jason, do you like Toasty?
Jason, do you like this? Do you like Toasty?
Toasty. Who's Toasty? Am I missing something?
Tomos.
Oh.
Whoa.
You didn't like him.
I'm gonna give him that. That's his nickname from now on. Okay.
Selena, do you like Toasty?
No.
You want him to come play with you?
No.
He wants to come over and see you. He's coming over on Sunday, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he said, I want to give Selena her birthday present again.
Oh.
That's funny.
Alright, I got it.
Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. To continue on with Regis.
Do you want to restart the video?
I don't care. She makes it cute, so keep going.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Fox Sports 1, basically, like you had said, is Fox's interpretation. It's the counterpart to ESPN. They're trying to rival ESPN. Fox Sports had their own network for a number of years. Kind of was taken over by ESPN, and
What was it called?
It was actually called Fox Sports Net. So it featured a lot of like outdoor stuff like hunting and fishing and like volleyball and I think it's some swimming as well. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, some NASCAR as well. But this network, Fox Sports 1, like you had said, Regis Philbin is on there with Crowd Goes Wild. But who's this?
Sort of his comeback because it's basically the main thing he's done other than Rachel Ray since leaving his live show with Kelly Ripa.
And I think overall the network and the Crowd Goes Wild focuses on more international. They do focus on American topics as well, but they focus on a lot. Beside Crowd Goes Wild, there's a lot of like soccer or football as they call it in England, and internationally. Obviously football or soccer is not huge in the United States, So they're trying to get some interest, maybe a little bit with the Premier League, I believe it's called. But yeah, so that's basically what they have on that network. I think I saw they have NASCAR as well. They've got a lot of football, like American football, NFL football, with a football daily show featuring Jay Glazer and Brian Urlacher and whatnot, and a whole bunch of other guys.
That's on after Regis.
Yeah. So, and that Brian Urlacher, of course, of the Chicago Bears last 10 years or so. That's basically it. But do you want to give a little bit of insight on Crowd Goes Wild itself?
Crowd Goes Wild is basically a sports analysis show. They have a panel of, they say, esteemed panelists. The only one that I think there's like two guys that deserve to be on there, I think, is Trevor Price, the football player, formerly, and what was the comedian guy? What's his name? I don't know. He was a former tennis player.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Kosta, that's who it is.
Yeah. Yes.
And the other ones, I think the network is trying too hard to cater to the younger crowd. They should have I think they should have more football players, or get a balance of add a baseball player, add another sport. They got football, they got tennis, they need baseball, and they need another sport.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, to that, I could definitely see it. I mean, if we're talking about Crowd Goes Wild itself, when I first listened to it or watched it the first couple days now, it's a good show. But, I mean, like you said, they seem to be trying too hard, trying to add too much humor to it. And I mean, humor's obviously a good thing for sure, not denying that. But, I mean, for me personally, I want the sports news, add a little bit of humor into it, but I want it directly, and I want to know your opinion on what's going on. And ESPN does that with shows like Around the Horn and Pardon the Interruption.
Pardon the Interruption is basically ESPN's version of this. I think they have a lot of basically the same thing, a lot of humor, and the only difference really is the title. Crowd Goes Wild for Fox Sports 1, and then ESPN's got Around the Horn. But they're very similar. But yeah, continue.
I mean, if you look at, and I know Fox Sports 1 is not developed yet, but ESPN covers every base. They have a baseball show and all this stuff, and I mean, Fox Sports 1 as of right now doesn't have any of that. And I think in order to, what they should have done, they should have jump-started right out of the gate with all their shows, like including baseball. Just have everything at once. And they're focusing on a limited market is what I think.
Yeah, I think as time goes by, it's still in its infancy. So as time goes by, they'll start adding stuff, and they'll realize what the ratings bring in for other networks like ESPN, and then they'll start adding their own versions of baseball shows and documentaries and things like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but I love the fact that Regis is back and he's doing. I think sports is the only thing he's never done. He's done a talent show with America's Got Talent. He's done an interview show with the Live, and he's done a game show. He's done multiple game shows. And, I like that. And he's done every genre of TV, basically. He did variety with the Joey Bishop show in the 60s. And he's done pretty much everything except sports. So this is the answer to sports. And so far it's pretty good. He kind of brings a fan's perspective because although he loves sports, he loved to talk about it on Kelly Ripa, but she always interrupted him and kind of shutted him out. But I think he brings kind of a fan's perspective, while the panelists kind of bring a more professional, athlete's perspective. So it's a good balance. I love Regis, and followed him since I was a kid, and I actually have a picture of the mask that I have, Halloween mask of Regis. You can't really see it because of the light, but yeah, there it is.
There you go. You can see it. There we go. A little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I mean,
better one. Yeah.
I mean, for sure, he adds an interesting element to it. I've seen. I mean, he's big. He's a diehard New York Yankees fan. That's definitely in there. In that show, he talks a lot about the Yankees.
Yeah, he loves the Yankees and Notre Dame because he graduated from Notre Dame and he's followed the football team since then. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see in the future how this holds up and see. Hopefully they can survive this time. I mean, I hate to say it, but there's a couple different networks, big networks that are going out for them right now. You got ESPN, you've got CBS with their own network on a different cable channel. So we'll see, but they definitely have big shoes to fill. Big shoes to kind of go up against, I guess you would say.
Right, and I think they're doing a good job, at least with Crowd Goes Wild, because I don't really watch the network other than that. I tape it and then watch it at night. But I like Regis, and he has a good balance. He's a veteran, and he's got pretty good panelists, except he needs to add, the network needs to add more athletes, and I do like the questions for the crowd where they just have the social media people sending in questions and they're giving, the segment that I don't really care for is the behind left field or from left field with Michael Kosta. It's kind of like the Larry King has the Larry King Now. If you only knew, which is he just spouts off kind of dumb questions. Like what's your first kiss?
Yeah,
or,
it's kind of like really random. I know that
people don't really care about. But other than that, the show is pretty good. And the only thing I don't like really is that Georgie Thomas, the columnist or whatever she is, the network is giving her pretty much equal airtime as Regis. And if they're going to do that, they should give everybody. They did it with the last episode, but they should give everybody equal airtime, and they're giving Regis, then her, then Regis, then her. They need to focus on the other guys.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that I've noticed in general is that when they go, like other networks, mainly ESPN, I'm comparing it to, a lot of the shows, they have a limited amount of time on whatever, let's say Around the Horn. They have a limited amount of time to talk about one subject, where Crowd Goes Wild, they kind of bounce between that, and it makes it really, as a fan watching it, wanting to hear what they say, let's say about the Yankees, about A-Rod and the Yankees, it makes me as a fan like, oh, they're bouncing, are they trying to avoid the subject? Or, I mean, why won't they, devote time to different topics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, maybe as time goes by and they'll see the people's response to it. It's a good show, and people need to give it a chance, but they'll start adding more things as viewers respond to it, and they'll see how people respond to other shows and ESPN shows, and they'll start adding their own, like I say, their own versions. But so far it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like you had said you don't like the From Left Field segment, and I really, for some reason, the end of the show, and I normally have it, is the contradiction segment.
Yeah,
they do basically what they do, if you're not familiar, is they take one issue, let's say the Yankees again, Alex Rodriguez, and say, why is A-Rod an idiot, essentially, was one side of it, and then why is A-Rod, so they do two sides of one topic, which I think is interesting, but I wish they would have their own, you have your own opinion, you shouldn't have to argue both.
Yeah, but that's the comedic aspect to it. Like, Regis rings the bell, and then they argue one side, and then Regis rings the bell again, and they argue the opposing side until time runs out. I think they have a minute. That's the comedic aspect, like the Around the Horn kind of, you said Around the Horn, and these guys kind of get distracted, and this is kind of their answer to the comedy feel of, a sports show. Which I like the contradiction thing. It's kind of, just kind of silly. It's kind of funny. It just gets people laughing.
I mean, I definitely see what you're saying, and I mean, I definitely have to give it another maybe week or so to let it grow on me, and that's honestly what I think a lot of people, except for maybe diehard, either Regis fans or sports fans of maybe English soccer, are going to go to this network and say, oh, this has a lot of programming, I'm going to continue watching it. It's going to take an average fan, I think, a little bit of time to get used to some of this programming. It's a little bit different, so that's basically it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, because Regis has even said at a press release promoting the network when it was first launched, he said, I hate to tell Fox Sports this, but my role of it is, my role in sports and this show is kind of bringing a fan's perspective, and he kind of laughed about it, but he said, if they're going to do that, people may not want to watch it because if you're a fan, you don't want to watch another fan spout out their opinions, whether they be funny or whatever, because other fans think they know more than the person that they're watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing, and we kind of said this before, kind of contradicting yourself. But ESPN has the so-called experts of former players, former coaches, and this network as of right now doesn't really. They have obviously the football side of it, but if you're talking about baseball, if you're talking about any other sport, they don't have that yet.
Yeah. Well, as I say, as time goes on, they'll start adding things. And, they'll make it better. They'll cater to the viewers because the viewers know best and they want ratings. So, but I hope they keep Regis because this is a really good show. It is silly at times, but it's really good. I like it. I enjoy it. They need to add more athletes and more people who deserve to be there and not younger social media, people. But, yeah. I like, as I say, the cues for the crowd or whatever. That segment, I like that.
Yeah.
But they're catering to the young crowd, and they're doing that a little bit excessively. They need to have Terry Bradshaw or somebody like Regis's age, or a little younger than Regis, but not so young that they seem to be catering to the young people.
Yeah,
which is good, but they need to have a veteran.
Somebody for Regis to really debate with, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what they're missing.
Yeah, because I know Regis does know a lot about sports. He watches, like you say, the Yankees and the Notre Dame, and he watches other things. But they need to showcase Regis more and not so much of Georgie Thomas, because they're doing a mixture of Regis and then her. They did a pretty good mix the last episode on yesterday. So they need to continue doing that, and give Regis some more airtime because it's his show, and I'm feeling that with the young crowd, they're doing too much of catering to the young people and not letting Regis run the show. Yeah.
I mean, part of me thinks, Regis is a good host for the show, but I mean, I just thought about this. Do you honestly think that he should be the main focus of debates, or not debates, but of discussions? I mean, should he just be a host, and then should have a couple other people who are not? I understand the comedy side of it, but
Yeah, I know. I mean, he knows things about sports. They're just not letting him go to his full potential. But with regards to debates, he could be like the referee. He could let people go. Larry King did this on his thing. He would let the guest be the star of the show. He could do the same thing. He does, but it's the network needs to change a few things. But Regis could be like the referee in debates, and he could say, "Oh, good point," and things like that. He's a good host. He's a good guy. I like Regis. I've always followed him, so I will continue watching and follow him.
Yeah, you followed him for your millionaire days, right? You want to tell that story?
Oh, gotcha. I like that. another comedy aspect is I like that they keep referencing jokingly the workout tape that he made, because I have that. And it's pretty funny. But no, when I was 5 years old, I started watching Regis kind of by accident, because I would just flip the channels, and my folks had on Regis and Kathy Lee, and I would just start watching my orange juice at my cabin on vacation. And I just started watching him, and I liked his style of things, and I liked him, and I started watching him on Millionaire, on $1 Million Password, and everything that he hosted since the 90s. So I'm going on, in about 5 years, 4 years, it'll be about 20 years since I've watched Regis, and so it's pretty good. He's a childhood fixture.
Not many young people can actually say that, so
I am an old person in a young person's shoes. Like I say with that mask, I was Regis for Halloween, I think 1 year or 2 years in a row.
Definitely dedicated. All right, guys. Well, do you have anything else you want to say quickly just about the network? I think we kind of touched about that already.
Oh, I don't know a lot about the network, but I just know a lot about the show, and I think that the network needs to add more sports people who know, like what they're talking about. Not that the young people don't, but you can keep the Michael Kosta and Trevor Price, but add more athletes to the show, and not just social media columnists and all that jazz. So they need to do that, and that's really my only complaint.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing for me, really. It's the first thing I noticed. I would definitely. We'll see how they. Like I said, as the years go on, and maybe next baseball season, we'll let a baseball show, and whatever. Add some variety to it. I would say. It seems to be, even though it's a young network, they only, I think, they have a very limited, like I said before, limited base that they're trying to cater to right now.
Right.
That's basically it.
I agree. Yep.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of Sports Buzz. Please subscribe to my channel, J Money 201092. I try to put out new videos every week. Of course, Bobby, you want to give up yours?
Rkmloveshp.
There we go. He puts up videos of his niece and him. So
yes.
We'll see. All right, guys. If we have any more opinions on this network going forward here, we might in the coming weeks, the coming months. We'll definitely make another video. But that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you guys for watching this episode of Sports Buzz. Have a nice day.
Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.